Hi, my name is Melissa Schoenthaler, and I'm here with
Diane Labelle.
Diane Labelle, and today we're going to be talking about caregiving or caregivers. Caregivers,
Yeah,
right, is the
that's
correct
right.
term. So we're Youth Korner Jeunesse, and what we do is we try to create a space where individuals within the Laurentian region can connect and increase their leadership skills. Four Corners is a nonprofit organization. It was founded in 2005, and the idea of Four Corners is that our mission is to help meet the identified needs of individuals, especially the English-speaking communities within the Laurentian region. So as I said, today our host is me. Yes, thank you. Jeez. Our guest is Diane Labelle, and she works as
I'm a caregiver.
a caregiver.
Yeah.
So what is like the best term to use for like a caregiver, or like how would you explain that to?
The definition of a
Yeah.
caregiver. Well, it's something you don't look for. It gets all of a sudden it takes you by surprise. I've been taking care of my sister,
Okay.
one of my siblings, for 10 years now, and I look at it as it starts off being very gradual. It's like walking on the beach. And the waves are just coming in, high tide is coming, and then it's okay, you're doing fine. And then all of a sudden they're getting higher and higher, and then you bend down to pick up a pebble and you get hit by a wave, and you don't know whether you're looking up or down.
Oh, wow.
And caregiving can be like that.
Oh,
And
wow.
it's really important to find support, which I've found here. It's been amazing. I kind of burnt out about 8 months ago, and I just couldn't take it anymore. And somebody had mentioned Four Corners, and here I came, and I got support, and I'm finally climbing up the hill, feeling I have somebody else helping with my sister, which is great, and I'm not the sole caregiver.
Okay, yeah, because it's exhausting
It's
work.
exhausting. You're in charge of medication, buying food, taking doctor's appointments, hospital, and it got to be too much,
Right.
Too
yeah.
much.
Well, for one person especially.
Exactly, yes.
So you're taking care of your sister.
Yes.
Is there like a weird like power dynamic sometimes you find, or?
Yes, there can be.
Yeah.
That's the difference with, I think, when it's family instead of somebody
Yeah.
going in and working.
Exactly.
Everybody that works with this person is, she's lovely. But when it's your sister, it's a very good question. Power.
Well, no, I was just thinking because like I myself have a younger sister, and
Yeah,
I could
yeah.
only imagine like
Yeah.
like if one day she had to take care of me or vice versa,
Yeah.
like how that would, like, because we're like this, like
Yeah.
we're really close. So
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
just curious, like how does
No,
that?
it's, well, she's much older, 6 years, so it makes a difference. There's a lot more
Right.
power, and a lot of hostility comes
Okay,
in from
yeah,
it.
because she's also the older sister. Like
She's the older
I'm the big sister, you're
and
the little sister.
I need this, I need that, and yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. So how has your experience been with all this? Like taking a bunch of these, like, how do I say it? I'm losing my words. Because it's a lot of like pressure. So how, and you were saying that you use Four Corners as like a support system. What made you come to that decision?
Well, it was a friend that told me about it. I didn't know about it.
Okay.
I knew there was a Four Corners. I knew nothing of what was available.
Right.
And I started coming to the caregiver support group. And then I went to the caregivers workshop, and I have somebody that's helping me one-on-one.
Okay.
And it's been so helpful. I mean, I'm
Right.
so thankful. I mean, it's been 6 months, but I'm feeling like I can go on, Like
Right, because that's a lot of like pressure.
it's a lot of pressure.
When do you have time for you?
Well, that's exactly it. It's kind of like I've given a lot of time, and now I want my space back. I want
Of
to
course.
be, yeah.
And I mean, you deserve your space too.
That's it, exactly, yeah.
So with that being said, like what was maybe one of the most challenging aspects of being a caregiver for your sister?
it was constantly the need, like the hospital visits, doctor visits, going for x-rays. It never ended.
Okay.
It never ended. It never seemed to be a week that I had to myself,
Okay, so it was like all about her. You had dropped
Exactly.
everything. Okay.
It's basically that's it. Yeah.
And if you don't mind me asking, is like your sister, like is she aware of like everything that's going on, or?
Yeah, she's aware. She's
Okay.
quite aware. Yeah.
So I don't know how to ask this like politely, but what's wrong with your sister?
Well, she has a lot of health issues,
Okay.
underlying health issues, and now she's
So like
in
mobility things?
mobility issues, and she just broke her hip in the hospital, so she's
Okay. Oh wow. Yeah.
so she's in the hospital for about a month now. So we're not
boy.
sure where she's going next or what's
Okay.
happening.
Wow. So so you're like really helping with like mobility and
Yeah.
'cause, like, that takes a lot of like your independence away.
Yes, it does.
How have you been like? Because your independence in a way has been kind of like ripped away too.
Yes, very much so.
But how have you been handling that?
Well, that's where I just lost it. I mean, it's been a
Okay.
couple of years that I've just been falling,
Right.
and now I'm feeling like I'm angry that I've lost so many years. I mean, I've done things, but there's always something, like the water, it's always
Yeah.
still there, you're
Right.
waiting
Or
for
like
the
you're
next
waiting for the
wave.
other shoe to drop.
That's it,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So we kind of touched upon it, but have you received any like psychological help? So I heard that you came to Four Corners to seek like support. Is that
Yeah, well, I haven't, no, I've just needed somebody to talk to that understood.
Okay.
I mean, I had friends to talk to, but, it's hard to understand a situation.
Mm-hmm.
And with the support group, everybody's in that same little corner and we understand,
Mm-hmm.
oh, I know what you're saying, and it gives you, it makes you feel more like this is real, you
Yeah.
know? As I had friends to talk to, and they were very supportive. But unless your feet are in this, you don't understand it.
Yeah, that's true. I know. I feel like a lot of people easily say things like, "Oh, I understand where you're coming from,"
yeah.
and then it's like you want to yell like, "No, you don't. You don't understand."
Yes, that's
Not
it.
until you're in like that
No,
situation.
that's it. Yes, that's it. Yeah.
So when you started taking care of your older sibling, your sister, did you have all like the resources? Did you know everything?
No,
or, like,
I knew nothing. No, I knew
So like,
nothing.
how did you start doing it? Like trial and error?
I
or?
just did it. Well, I used to work with the elderly, and I knew about what was going on. But it's a different when you're working for somebody, and and then you've got your sister to care for. It's a different ball game. It really is. It's exhausting, and there's no way of explaining it. It just
it's mentally draining. And
mentally
physically
draining.
draining. It's
mostly mentally draining.
Okay. Well, yeah.
Physically, I could go home and sit in the garden and I re-energize, but mentally it's very difficult.
Yeah, it's you're saying a lot of these things. My mom is actually works as a nurse's aide, so she works in an elderly residence,
Right.
And she helps out when she can. And I know just from like she works like all week long, and
I'm
like
sure.
it's like hard, like
It's hard work.
So I can only imagine like how it must feel when it's someone who's like you're related to. Even when we go see like my grandparent, just to see how like my mom like changes her hats too,
Yeah,
like
that's
she's
very
not
good
the
point.
like she's not the daughter. She's like she kind of cares for like my grandmother because she's getting older and not able to like move around as easily. So it's definitely hard. So I'm just like taking it all in, and like I can only imagine how hard it is to do something like that, especially for someone who you love so much.
Yes, that's right. Yes.
But I'm also glad that you were able to come to Four Corners and like.
Oh, it's been a godsend. Really has. I really want love to get the word out there.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially because it's like I feel like it's very community based for
Yes.
Corners.
Yes.
And everything's like word of mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Like I heard when I was a kid, I actually went to Four Corners, so I actually
really?
like joined in the group.
Wow.
So it's crazy how it's evolved throughout these years.
Yes.
Have you like spread the message to
Yeah,
others as well?
Well, I have now. You know, I'm really. I didn't really know about it. I knew it, but I thought it was just exercise, and I didn't know you'd get support like they do have. You know,
or at least like to give you like other resources
That's
of
it.
support
and advice on how to get the resources out there, which I knew nothing about. You know,
How did you? You heard it from someone. How were you able to go through the process of finding these resources?
Well, I came here. The person that recommended Four Corners, that's where I got I was trying to get a social worker. I was trying to get help on the outside, but I didn't know how to do it.
Yeah.
You know, you go into this and you
yeah.
don't know how do I start? Where am I going? And you don't even realize there's somewhere out there that can help you, you know?
Yeah.
And the system is over, on top of that.
I know. It's been wild. Yeah. So you hear all these stories like online or in the news of like the elderly being like mistreated. Do you have any instances or experiences of that?
No, I haven't. No. If I did, I'd get involved for sure.
Right. Yeah. Because we live in such a society where we're very like. What's the term? Like one person? Like
me, myself, and myself.
Right, and it's just kind of like the world that we live in.
Yeah.
So, like, because I know in like other countries, like they like keep their parents and like like they'll take care of it. So it's like definitely a different.
It's a different dynamic here.
Yeah. Whereas like here, it's kind of like we send them off to like the homes.
The home. That's
and
right.
It's like, why aren't we taking care of our parents?
That's right. Yeah.
So I was just, and then you hear these like horror stories of like them being mistreated in the residence. So it's really unfortunate.
Yeah.
What are like the challenges that you face now? Like presently, like you faced a bunch of challenges beforehand, but now knowing what you know.
Well, they're less challenging because I'm beginning to understand the system now.
Okay.
You know, the challenge is right now with my sister of where is she going to go from here and what's our next move. You know, that's the biggest challenge so far.
Right. And if you weren't there, who would take care of your sister?
That's her sons are out west and in Ontario, and boys are boys. They don't. Not that I'm saying men are not caregivers, because I've met some great men that really will take care, but it's just
it's difficult.
It is difficult. Yeah.
So, how are you caring for yourself now?
Now I'm beginning to learn how to say no.
Boundaries. Yeah.
Exactly.
Boundaries.
That's it. Boundary.
Which is so hard to like set.
Yeah, but it seems to be feeling like it's getting easier, which is.
I'm glad.
Yeah, really.
I'm glad that it's working out for you.
I feel like it's a good. I'm in a good space now.
Mentally.
Yeah, and thanks to this bubble here.
I'm glad. That honestly like touches my heart.
Yes.
What advice would you give to other caregivers? Or surprise caregivers, because it kind of just like...
Yeah, it just hits you like the wave. It just hits you that, oh my God, this is serious. I've got a lot to do here. Well, is to try and, first of all, find a place like this and help them to get the resources for help, That's it. Get help and take care of yourself. Yeah. Because you're the one that's going to end up burning, you have to care for yourself because you can't care for this person. You can't take it all on your own.
Yeah, no, I was like, because you can't offer help if you don't have the help either, like.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. We're doing fine.
I'm just thinking of No, it's like, it's a really heavy topic.
It is.
It's
It's
like,
a really
and
heavy.
I feel like it's not discussed a lot.
No.
Like, you know, like the idea of like getting older and
Yeah.
aging and like losing your independence
Right.
is, I feel like, definitely like a taboo topic, where people don't talk about it as much.
That's right. Yeah.
Which is scary because like as it's happening, like you're not as like aware as of what's going on. So yeah, so I just like, I have a lot to like think about just, you know, in my life or my personal life or,
Yeah.
you know, and how to help others as well.
Yeah. Well, it's like, for example, next Wednesday, there's somebody coming that taught art at Two Mountains, and she's 90 now, and she's still
Wow.
working very hard, and she's still painting, and she's 90. you
Wow.
know?
Yeah. Well, if you don't use it, you lose it.
That's
so
it,
you
exactly.
have to
you
keep
know,
it
if
going.
you sit in your chair, you're not going to...
Yeah. Yeah. In your opinion, why do you think that most of the caregivers are women these days?
I think I saw that question, and I thought about it. I think it's because we don't know enough about caregivers that are at home. I'm sure there are a lot of men out there that have wives with dementia and that need help, and they're work, but they don't know where the resources are, you know. But I'm sure it's not just a woman's...
Yeah. No.
I'm pretty sure there's a lot of men out there,
think
but we
it's-
just don't hear about it.
Yeah,
you know?
it's definitely changing
Yeah.
throughout like the time. It's just, I feel like it's the same with teachers. There's like a lot of female teachers, and
Yeah.
so I'm curious, like, what was the first step? I know I keep on coming back to this, but like, where did you go? What did you do? How did you ask for like the help? So you heard about Four Corners, yeah, but like, what was like the...
Well, it was just my friend telling me that, well, come to a caregiver support meeting, and I was kind of, you know, and then I came, and I was so thankful because I was at the end of my rope.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, I couldn't even talk without breaking down, you know, like I was really in such a state.
Yeah.
And that's where it came from.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so it was really like you. It was like it started from you. You're like, I can't do this no more.
I can't. No, I
Okay.
couldn't, you know. And it seemed like it would never end, you know. Like,
Well, yeah.
You know, it's, yeah.
Yeah, it's a very tough topic. In your opinion, what is like the most rewarding aspect of being a caregiver?
The rewards are right now that my sister has help and somebody that goes in and helps her, her mood is getting better. She's happy. She sees somebody else other than me all the time, and she's and she's starting to read, and she's making an effort to help herself.
Okay, yeah.
And that's rewarding, you know, to me, to see that happen, because for 10 years she just let go, you know. So now she's regaining her passion, but you know, her health is not good, but at least she's got her yeah.
Yeah, because it must be very isolating to
it
someone,
is,
and
yeah.
not only you, but for your sister.
Yeah. And all her family and kids are out west, and grandchildren, so there's nobody here except myself and our two kids.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I can only imagine the isolation that you must, because like loneliness too, I feel like is a killer.
Yeah.
I feel like you do good until you start isolating.
Yeah.
And then you don't recognize that you're like isolating.
Yes, that's right.
And
yeah.
especially like for you, because like, do you feel like you're tied down sometimes?
Yeah, very much so. Yeah, very much.
How
so.
do you navigate that feeling?
Well, this year it's been a hard year. Before I'd walk or I'd cycle or I'd do exercise, but in the past year it hasn't been that easy. I just kind of shut down.
Yeah.
I just said I can't. I don't feel like doing anything, you know. But that's leaving me now. I'm recovering.
That's very inspiring, honestly.
Thank you.
I feel like, because like I could like relate to that in a sense, like the shutting down and just like you just become like this like robot, like this shell of yourself.
That's right. Yeah.
And you're doing things that you need to do, but it's not it's not satisfying, I guess.
That's right, yeah. And I mean, we do it at all stages in our life, you know.
Oh, yeah.
We're just...
No, definitely. Like me personally, I help younger kids with their emotions, and sometimes I feel like, oh my gosh, like I need to check my emotions too.
Exactly.
Like, you know, so
that's right, because we forget.
Yeah, no, and especially when you're taking care of others and you're not taking the time to reflect upon yourself.
Right.
Yeah. What advice would you give for anyone else
going through this?
Yeah.
Again, to repeat it, get help. Be aware of what's happening, and before that famous wave hits you, you need to get the help and the resources.
Okay.
And I guess this is where the word has got to be out more for Four Corners, because I don't think enough people know about it, you know.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. I think it would be nice for it to branch out more.
Yeah,
and hit more needs, you know, for individuals that are suffering or that are going through something. You know? Is there any other comments that you would like to give to those who are in similar situations, as in like inspiring words, something that could hopefully give them fuel to continue?
Well, there's help out there, and if you get the help, you're going to feel inspired. You're going to feel like your life is coming back. But until you reach out and get that help, nothing is going to change. And you're going to end up in the bed next to your sibling or whoever it is that you're caring for, because you're just completely burnt and there's nothing left in you. You know, you have to get some help before it gets too bad.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. Thank you for that. So, with that being said, I feel like I could wrap things up. Like, honestly, like, this meant a lot to me. It's very insightful. So I just wanted to thank you personally for coming and talking about this, because clearly it's very close to you, and it hits home.
Yeah, it does,
Me too. So just thank you again.
Well, you were comfortable. I mean, I felt so at ease with you.
Oh,
so
thank you.
It made me able to talk. So
thank you.
Yeah.
I repeat a lot of questions.
No, but that's okay. It's a learning experience.
Of course, yeah. No, and I enjoyed my time. I just wanted to say, on behalf of Youth Korner Jeunesse, we thank you for your attention. We would like you to subscribe. We have a Facebook page. I believe we have a YouTube page as well. Don't forget to comment at fourcorners.org. I said that wrong. It's info@fourcorners.org. Finally, Youth Korner Jeunesse is a project created by Four Corners Laurentian Community Network. We would like to thank the funding provided by RDN, Regional Development Network, as well as the Canadian Heritage, and finally, the Secretary for Relations with English-speaking Quebecers. Thank you for joining, and thank you for your attention.